I think that the best way to go about it is really to take refuge and take as many vows as you can, 1 to 5. Well, you have to take one, but to 5. I don't think stealing, I think you can easily keep that, unless you're a kleptomaniac. Lying, difficult in society. And there's white lies and there's spiritual lies. What breaks the vow is the spiritual lie. You're Bodhisattva? Oh, of course I am. You're Buddha? Of course I am. But you're not. So that type of lie is what breaks the vow. Intoxicants doesn't really break the vow, but it harms the vow. Because if you get drunk, you can break all the other vows. You think, I'm drunk, I can drive a car, and then you hit somebody, etc., etc. Terrible things can happen when you're drunk or using drugs. So that's why the intoxicant vow is there, to protect the other vows, because Buddha said intoxicants really affect the mind. And intoxicants also is the opposite to wisdom, right? It promotes ignorance. So a little glass of wine, okay. But if you're constantly getting drunk, now we know it's affecting the brain, the liver, the kidneys, everything, So often it's said a small glass of wine is okay, but can you stop? If it's just one little glass of wine, you think, that was delicious. I'll just have a little bit more. And then before you know it, you've lost your ability to discriminate whether you should stop or not. So I think taking 600 vows is maybe a crazy idea, but taking refuge is very possible. To me, it doesn't seem contradictory to ordinary life. In fact, it seems to make you into a better person in relationships, in business, or whatever you're doing. And then the Bodhisattva vows, like I said, you can break them quite easily, but you can also repair them very easily. And so if you've decided to be on the Mahayana Bodhisattva path, sooner or later, you have to take them because you want to move in that direction of bodhicitta and enlightenment. Tantric vows, there's different levels of Tantra. There's 4 levels of Tantra. I took the very highest one, Anuttara Yoga Tantra. It's got the most vows. It's the most difficult. But there's also lower Tantra, which is much easier and is more like a blessing, is more like an opening into a practice. And so you have to be aware of what you're doing. You have to be aware of what you're taking, and you have to be aware of what you need to do if you break it or you harm it. So if you're not sure, ask your teacher before you do it. Don't do it and then ask afterwards. Now what do I do? Now it's a bit late. You've taken it, and now you have to keep it. So I think go step by step. Take refuge, see how you go. Then if you're still unsure, take wishing bodhicitta, and then see how you go. And then study the Bodhisattva vows. If you don't think they're so difficult, take them. Like that.